Hi, it's March 13, 2019 as I speak, and as you may have heard, there is a recent scandal in which rich and famous parents were paying a lot of money to get their kids into good schools. But what law did they violate? As you may have heard, almost 30 parents yesterday were charged with conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest services mail fraud. So let's talk about those so you'll understand what they were charged with. First, what is conspiracy? A conspiracy is simply when two or more people plan to commit a crime. And in most jurisdictions, they have to commit an overt act in furtherance of the crime. And that's the conspiracy part of the charges. In the movie Ocean's 8, I'm looking at you, Sandra Bullock, the conspiracy was when they got together and planned the crime. The overt act in furtherance of the crime was when they went out and bought the fake diamond necklace, which they were going to replace for the real diamond necklace so that they could get away with it without anyone knowing. And that was the conspiracy. The police don't have to wait until they're actually there stealing the necklace. They could arrest them just there when they're in the planning stages before they actually commit the crime itself. Most people know that the people that actually paid off the college administrative people to get the children in committed fraud. But what a lot of people might not know is that the parents that paid those people that then paid off the college administrators to get their kids into college were the conspirators, and they will be charged with the exact same crime as the person who actually did the payment. The conspiracy was to commit what is called honest services fraud. That's the charge. What is honest services fraud? Honest services fraud is when you commit a fraud and thereby take away someone else's right to a service. In this situation, they fraudulently got their kids into college, thereby taking away another child's right to go to the college. By getting their kid into college, someone else wasn't able to go to college, and they took away their right to honest service. One of the things that they were doing in this situation is actually really interesting. They were paying the athletic department personnel to add the children onto their sports roster. For example, one of them was on the rowing team, even though that person or the kid had never rowed in their life. They were added onto the sports roster so that they could gain admission to the school. So, you as a parent, you might know that what you were doing is wrong if you're paying someone in order to get your kid into college. Do you think that you would be looking at 20 years in prison for doing that? Probably not. The problem with the crime of honest service fraud is that it encompasses so much that you may be committing fraud right now and not even know it. For example, if you tipped that waiter at lunch today to get you the corner table at the restaurant, thereby taking it away from another paying customer, was that honest services fraud? Could you go to prison for that? And that's the problem that we see with this charge. This problem with the criminal charges was recently highlighted by Justice Scalia in his dissent in Sorich v. United States, in which Justice Scalia said it's not fair to charge someone with a crime that is not defined until after the crime has been committed. So in summary, the parents were charged with conspiracy to commit honest services fraud, which is the plan or the plotting of committing a fraud which disenfranchises another person of a service. But don't worry, if you subscribe below, we won't be committing conspiracy.